Oh, gather close, ye drinkers near, a tale of sweat and pain to hear, of man once weak, of vow he swore to be a hero forevermore. The goblins came one fateful night, they burned the barns, they killed the light. The village cried, no God was near, one farmer stood and swore with fear.
No more shall I be frail and small, I'll rise with strength, I'll answer all. I'll train each day, no break, no rest, until these hands can strike the best.
Train each day, no break, no rest, to stand up strong, to be the best. 100 squats, 100 more, 1,000 days, a hero's lore. He woke at dawn, the frost was near, he clenched his teeth, ignored the fear. 100 push-ups, aching sore, 100 sit-ups on the floor.
100 squats until he shook 10,000 steps, the road he took. 10 kilometers, rain or shine, the vow was carved in bone and spine.
No fire lit in winter's chill, no breeze in summer's fiery will. He starved of ease, but not of fight, a simple meal to end the night.
A single banana at morning's rise, then bread and stew, no feast, no pies. The neighbors laugh till break, you'll see, yet every dawn he bent the knee.
Train each day, no break, no rest, to stand up strong, to be the best. 100 squats, 100 more, 1,000 days, a hero's lore. His arms made clicks, his legs near tore, he spat out blood but trained once more. The pain was sharp, the sweat of flood, yet he endured with iron blood. The months went by, the year turned long, his body hard, his will was strong. A farmer's son no more indeed, but warrior born of sweat and need.
He stood one night, the moon was high, and felt his power magnify. The earth beneath his footsteps shook, the steel would bend beneath his look.
Now, goblins, here your reign is done. I'll face your king, your crown undone. This strength I forged from pain and stone will meet your throne, your flesh, your bone.
He marched to cave of goblin kin, the torches lit, the drums within. They jeered, they laughed, a fool has come. Our king shall crush, our king shall drum.
The goblin king, so vast, so tall, his tusks were sharp, his voice a brawl. He raised his club, the ground did quake, one swing could make the mountain break.
The hero stood, his eyes were clear, no trembling hand, no hint of fear. He breathed in deep, his body still, prepared to strike with iron will.
Train each day, no break, no rest, to stand up strong, to be the best. 100 squats, 100 more, 1,000 days, a hero's lore. The club came down, he stepped aside, the cavern shook, the goblins cried. He clenched his fist, one strike he gave, a thunderclap, a tidal wave.
The goblin king was torn apart to shredded flesh, from beating heart. One blow, one man, one vow of flame. The goblins fled, they cursed his name.
The hero stood in silent awe, he stared at hand at what he saw. A single strike, a monster slain, the years of sweat had not been vain.
Around him bones and echoes lay, the goblin horde had fled away. The cave was still, the night was long, but in his chest a hero's song.
Train each day, no break, no rest, to stand up strong, to be the best. 100 squats, 100 more, 1,000 days, a hero's lore. So drink, my friends, and raise a cheer to those who train through sweat and fear. For from a vow and pain so true, a hero's strength is born anew.
From the peaks of fire to the shadowed glen, I've walked the path where few have been. I've faced the beast and I've sung with kings, and carried home what the journey brings. Through storm and star, through night and flame, they'll always know the hero's name. Sing the ballad of Aryan's blade, of the foes he fought and the friends he made. From the dragon's roar to the ocean's wave, he brought the light and the lands he saved. There's a princess saved from the tower's height, a market freed from the goblins' fight, a serpent slain in the silver tide, and a crown worn once in the kingdom's pride. Sing the ballad of Aryan's blade, of the foes he fought and the friends he made. From the dragon's roar to the ocean's wave, he brought the light and the lands he saved. And if you find yourself one day on the road where the brave must stay, raise a song for the deeds well done, for the tale of the blade has just begun. Sing the ballad of Aryan's blade, and the hero's name will never fade. Sing the ballad of Aryan's blade, of the foes he fought and the friends he made. From the dragon's roar to the ocean's wave, he brought the light and the lands he saved. They sat me down on the golden seat, with a crown too big for my brow to meet. The crowd roared loud in the castle hall, and I raised my cup to them all. Trumpets sang, banners swayed, the kingdom cheered for the role I played. Crown for a day and I'll make it grand, pour the wine and strike up the band. Feast for the folk from the hills to the bay, all hail the king for a day. I knighted the cooks and I freed the geese, declared the bakers the lords of feast, gave gold to the children and ale to the choir, lit up the square with a ring of fire. Crown for a day and I'll make it grand, pour the wine and strike up the band. Feast for the folk from the hills to the bay, all hail the king for a day. Dawn returns my crown to gold. They'll still sing the tale the minstrels told. Crowned for a day, let the kingdom say that I ruled with joy in the grandest way. For a day, let the kingdom say that I ruled with joy in the grandest way. Crown for a day and I'll make it grand. Pour the wine and strike up the band. Feast for the folk from the hills to the bay. All hail the king. Crown for a day and I'll make it grand. Pour the wine and strike up the band. Feast for the folk from the hills to the bay. All hail the king. For a day. For a day. All hail the king. For a day. A tale begins where echoes lie, a name that time will not deny. Though years may pass, the story stands of Robin bold and merry bands. No crown can cage, no grave can bind. The song lives on in every mind. Legends live beyond the blade. Songs endure though years may fade. Through the fire, through the glade, Robin's name shall never fade. The children sing by fires bright, the bowman's tale each autumn night. A whisper carried on the breeze, his spirit walks among the trees. Legends live beyond the blade. Songs endure though years may fade. Through the fire, through the glade, Robin's name shall never fade. The forest keeps what men forget. Its memory strong, its vow is set. Wherever hearts seek justice true, the tale is born, the bow is new, and every bard who strums the chord shall crown the name with timeless word. Legends live beyond the blade. Songs endure though years may fade. Through the fire, through the glade, Robin's name shall never fade. So raise your voice, let stories stone towers touch the sky, where the rainbow bridge did lie, a shining realm the gods defend, whose glory knows no mortal end.
Through halls of stone and halls of gold, their ancient stories still are told, of Odin wise and Frigga fair, and thunder rolling through the air.
The mead was poured, the torches burned, the stars above in silence turned, while warriors trained with sword and shield, their courage forged, their fate revealed. From Bifrost's arc the colors streamed, like woven light the heavens dreamed, a path to realms both near and far, each spark a flame, each flame a star.
The forge below with hammers rang, as songs of iron workers sang. Their sparks became the northern flame, their craft eternal as their name.
Yet even kings must guard the gate, for shadows creep and test their fate. But Asgard's strength is fierce and true, its walls are built of fire and blue. The garden bloomed with silver trees, their branches whispered to the breeze, with blossoms glowing soft and bright, that fed the soul with sacred light. And when the feast was richly spread, their voices through the night were led, 1,000 horns, 1,000 songs, the sound of home where heart belongs. So Asgard stands beyond the veil, a shining ship that will not sail, anchored in the starry sea, forever crowned in majesty. Through cosmic night and endless years, it shines above all doubts and fears, a realm of gods both proud and free, Asgard lives eternally.
The jungle where shadows grow lives Bagh Shah, ruler of green below. 5 meters long with stripes of night, a ghost of claws that hides from sight. You rarely see his shape pass by, but feel his roar across the sky. Her tales one morn of jungle power, fang and thorn. His greedy heart began to claim that beast shall serve my royal fame. His skin shall lie beneath my throne, his skull upon my hall of stone. He sent his hunters brave and paid, through tangled vines and heavy shade. They tracked each print in mud and clay, each broken branch along the way. For days they searched the forest floor until they found a shadow door. Inside the cave they saw the sight, a tigress guarding cubs so tight. No room to run, no path to flee, no mercy in their company. Arrows flew like falling rain, and silence swallowed all but pain. They took
the bodies to the crown. Boasting loud as they rode down, the king rejoiced with gleaming eyes and claimed his long-awaited prize. The skins were sent for royal pride, but something troubled one beside.
Majesty, these tales we've heard spoke of a beast beyond absurd.
Much larger stripes, a darker form, this creature doesn't match the norm. And as he spoke, the earth grew still, a distant roar rolled down the hill. Bagh Shah returned to blood and stone to find his family dead and gone. His roaring grief split leaf and bark, a vow of vengeance in the dark. The jungle trembled at his cry, a storm of fury prowled nearby. The king sent soldiers armed with steel, 100 hearts he forced to kneel. They marched into the shadowed glen, but none returned to him again. For 3 long nights the forest wept, where Bagh Shah hunted while they slept. More troops were sent, more men were lost. The kingdom paid a rising cost. Each night the jungle called their names and swallowed them in silent flames. Only the roaring filled the air and dying whispers of despair. The king, half mad with fear and pride, led one last march with mages by. They burned the woods with magic bright. They tried to strip the beast of night, but when the crackling flames were gone, a darker shadow still lived on. Bagh Shah emerged with burning eyes, a living storm beneath the skies. He tore through steel, he broke through bone. No warrior stood, no soldier shone. The forest floor ran red that day as vengeance carved a silent way. At last the king stood trembling weak, with nothing left to shield the meek. Bagh Shah stepped close beneath the moon and smelled the truth like bitter rune. The scent of cubs of made of pain still clinging to the king like stain. One final roar, one final leap, the jungle's judgment fierce and deep. The king fell down without a sound, his pride now buried in the ground. And when the echo slowly died, Bagh Shah walked off with empty stride. The kingdom lost its king that day, 500 soldiers turned to clay. Evil rises from evil seed, a guardian twisted by his knee. The greenest jungle drowned in red, 500 warriors, their king, all dead. Bagh Shah with nothing left to save, walked on a shadow cold and grey. For humans blinded by their greed, become the greatest beasts indeed. Indeed. Hear the vow in the midnight air, a voice that rises bold and fair. By the bow. I'll stand for the weak, I'll fight the fight. No crown can bind, no sheriff's hand shall break the oath upon at last, for oaths like mine are iron cast. No tomb, no tower, no sheriff's name can silence freedom's flame. Outlaws sworn under moon and sun, justice lives where the rivers run. Take from the cruel, give hope instead. Freedom is the path we tread. Upon the cliffs where olives grow and waves embrace the sunlit shore, a boy once dreamed of distant seas, yet loved his isle forevermore.
The hearth was warm, the halls were wide, with laughter bright and voices near. And in the gaze of one true bride, he found a vow both deep and clear.
By gods above, by stars that gleam, by roaring tide and midnight beam, Ithaca, my heart, my home, through raging seas I'll always roam. No storm, no spear shall turn my way, till at your gates I stand one day. Beneath the fig tree's gentle shade, the elders spoke of war's demand.
Yet in his chest a promise stayed, to guard his love, to guard his land.
The gulls cry out, the sailcloth stirs, the harbor hums a low refrain. He swears before the olive spurs to find his isle through joy and pain. Ithaca, my heart, my home, through raging seas I'll always roam. No storm, no spear shall turn my way, till at your gates I stand one day. Though winds may tear, though nights may bind, the thread of home shall guide my mind. Ithaca, my heart, my home, through raging seas I'll always roam. No storm, no spear shall turn my way, till at your gates I stand one day. Come gather close, ye kin and kinless, for a tale of fate both bold and witness. No knight, no mage, no chosen star, just one lone soul who came from far. He walked alone, no crown to claim, a nameless man with no more name, once born to rule, now cast aside, his homeland gone, his kin had died.
A smile he wore like worn-out mail, his past a ghost, a silent trail. The streets he roamed, a drifting flame, no glory left, no pride, no fame. One summer day, horns filled the air, three queens rode in with royal flair. The dragon empress fierce and tall, the elven queen with gaze of thrall,
The mortal queen with crown of light, each bearing rule and ancient right.
A summit grand, the streets align, the guards stood firm, the stars align. Yet through the
and shame.
The guards all fell to magic dark. One cry, one blast, one searing spark. The queen stood there alone, exposed. The world near lost, the gates near closed. And from the crowd, no prince, no knight, a lad stepped forth, his eyes alight. No sword he had, no spell to fling, just half a grin and broken sling.
He flung a jug, he kicked a pan, he tripped and rolled a flailing man. Yet bolts misfired, the mage confused, till fate itself was well amused.
A lucky slip, a thrown baguette, the mage lay down confused and wet.
Now how he won the Bards debate, was it skill or twist of fate? A sneeze, a rock, a lightning trick, we just agree it worked real quick.
He dared to stand where fire died.
He walked like stars behind his eyes.
He blushed and smiled, gods, I'm undone. So now we fight to be the one.
Three crowns, one lad, one tangled fate. No war, no court could now debate. He stole their hearts with no intent. A swordless hero, heaven sent.
He tried to leave, he said goodbye, but queens don't let such heroes fly. They called him prince, they called him flame, each claiming right to share his name.
Saw more and looked within. She knew the crest beneath his skin. The queen of men had seen his face, a rival heir from fallen place.
He bowed his head and turned to go, but war and peace had made him show. He held no grudge, he sought no throne, just wished to walk this world alone.
Yet queens, you see, they rarely yield, and even less when hearts revealed. They bickered, bargained, flirted too, each weaving love in royal hue.
To run, they blocked his way. He tried to hide, not so today. At last he sighed, then made a toast to stubborn queens and burnt out roasts.
Raise high your ales to tales like this of magic, wild and awkward bliss. No sword, no crown, no mage's arts, just one brave smile and three bold hearts.
Recall the lad from long ago. He fought with chance, he danced through fate, and left three queens to sit and wait.
Shadows deep where moonlight hides, a young man walked with friends beside. They laughed at stars, their hearts were true. They never knew what wolves could do. The forest closed, the night grew near. The demon pack drew close with fear. They tore the band, they struck them fast. The young man stood, he thought his last. But arrows flew, the sky did sing. The wolves fell down, unholy thing. Three figures dropped from trees so tall, and an elven queen among them all. We'll meet once more, where forest paths and hearts explore. She healed his wounds with silver wine. Her smile burned bright, a star divine. Fate will guide, the paths entwine. Elven grace and mortal line.
soft on midnight breeze. They buried friends beneath the ground. He kept their tags, their names still sound. The queen then led him to the track. She vanished fast, no turning back. He walked alone, but in his mind her face returned 1,000 times. He dreamed of eyes of gentle hand. He could not rest in mortal land. A mage appeared, the guild grew still. He showed the truth of sorrow's will. The sorcerer with dragon dread, an elven city burned to red. Rise together, take the flame, strike the tyrant, end his name. For freedom calls, the oath is clear. We march with steel, we cast off fear. Voices strong, the banners high. Sing of courage, never die. Raise the song, the war begins. Every loss and hope still wins. They rode at dawn, the castle black. Undead swarmed and clawed attack. The dragon roared, the ground did shake. The party split for battle's sake. The throne was dark, the queen was chained. Her beauty lost her strength, restrained. The sorcerer laughed, his staff aglow. The young man burned with fire below.
He reached her side, she whispered low. The staffs, the heart strike, crystals glow. He seized the rod, he smashed the stone. The sorcerer fell, his army gone.
Break the crystal and the night. Bring back dawn, return the light. Chains will fall and songs will rise.
Freedom shines in mortal light.
All as one, the voices soar. Darkness reigns no more, no more. Sing the fall of shadows reign. Hope restored shall now. In the the dungeons broke, the captives cried. The elves, the kin, the human side. They left the halls, the air was free. They carried hope to destiny. The city burned with lantern gold. The queen walked near, her story told. She thanked the man, her savior bold. Their hands were warm in evening cold.
Her sisters laughed, the law was plain. To me twice more than chance remained. If fate repeats, then vows must stand. The queen reached out, he took her hand.
He kissed her lips, he spoke, I do. Her cheeks were red, her spirit knew. Together bound by forest sign. The stars looked down, their hearts aligned. If fate is kind, then let it be. Two souls entwined in destiny. No tyrant's chain, no shadow scheme can break the vow, the forest dream. Ring of gold, the vows are sung. Two hearts join, forever one. Raise the voices, joy made clear. Love has come, the dawn is here. A week had passed, the court was gay. The harps were tuned, the crowd did sway. The queen in white, the man in green. They wed beneath the elven trees. Tags of brothers, rings of queens, threads of fate and woven dreams. Two hearts met where stars were seen.
The man and elf, the king and queen.
If fate is kind, we choose it too. With open hearts, with voices true. From forest shade to city light, love will carry through the night. So sing this tale when nights are long. Of loss, of fate, of love made strong. The staff upon the plain, one crowned in flame, one veiled in frozen rain. They drew bright runes across the ground, then unleashed power all around.
A serpent made of fire struck fast, a wall of ice rose hard and vast.
Blue lances flew through heat and steam, red spinning discs cut with a molten gleam. They moved in circles sharp and clear, each step was timed, each cast severe. Their ropes snapped hard in rising wind, and then the greater fight began.
Greatest clash beneath the sky, fire and frost rose equally high. Earth did tremble, heavens broke, and the land still bears their stroke.
The fire mage sent 3 falcons high. They swept in arcs across the sky. The frost mage opened gates of ice. They broke the birds with force precise.
From those gates came spears of glass and walls of hail across the grass.
The fire mage formed a shield of flame, then cast long whips with perfect aim.
They struck through stone and scarred the field. Neither mage would ever yield. Then struck again from shifting ground. With speed and skill the spells came down. Greatest clash beneath the sky, fire and frost rose equally high. Earth did tremble, heavens broke, and the land still bears their stroke.
Split in forms of white.
6 copies moved across the fight.
Blue chains rose up to bind and hold.
Sharp rings flew out with cutting cold.
The fire mage answered with pillars of heat.
He burned the grass beneath their feet.
He vanished inside smoke and glare,
then rose behind through heated air.
He held a star of burning light. The frost mage turned and cast out right.
A crystal bell rang hard and deep,
and locked that fire in crystal eyes.
Greatest clash beneath the sky, fire and frost rose equally high. Earth did tremble, heavens broke, and the land still bears their stroke. Red flame and winter, heart to heart.
The fire mage raised a burning crown.
The frost mage pulled a storm cloud down.
Flame crashed upward, ice crashed low.
Red light struck through the falling snow.
The valley shook, the mountains rang.
The broken sky above them sang. One final blast tore earth apart.
Each mage drove power from the heart.
They vanished in that final blaze and left a crater there to stay. Greatest clash beneath the sky, fire and frost rose equally high. Earth did tremble, heavens broke, and the land still bears their stroke.
Stars.
The ground stays black, the stones stay bare.
Their battle
still lives in the air.
1,000 years ago it came, the night that shaped the world. A war so vast its echo still through mortal hearts is heard. High stand the walls of Dane and bright, white towers crowned in flame. In God Shadow's heart an ancient arch, the God's Gate is its name. Through that great arch in elder days, the gods once passed in might, to bring forth stone and water, fire, and shape the world in light. But prophecy had long foretold what all now understood. 5 nights would come with no sunrise to test the fate of good. No moon would rise, no stars would burn, no dawn would break the span. And only in that starless time could God remork the land. If evil seized that sacred gate and worked its fell design, the world would burn, be chained, defiled, no mercy left in time. But if 5 nights the gate still stood, though all the skies were black, the sun would rise, the gate would break, and hell be driven back. So sunset came on Danan's crown, and silence filled the air. No single star pierced heaven's vault. The sky was cold and bare. Then from the far and darkened fields a dreadful sight was shown. An endless host of marching dead, advancing toward the stone. 300 years the necromancers labored in the grave, raising bones in secret pits. An army none could say. Wave upon wave they filled the plain, a sea without a breath, with ladders raised in siege, towers tall, engines carved for death. They hurled their stones at shining walls, they pressed with mindless will like storm-torn tides on cliffs of rock. Relentless rising still, that night no race stood apart or proud, for none could stand alone. Elves and men and dwarves below, orcs and goblins had known. In a world of shadow none would reign, there would be no hope. For this was the first of 5 dark days, when sun and stars were gone. If the gate should fall in Danan's walls, then night would rule till dawn. So hold the line, let arrows fly, let steel in fire be cast. 5 nights must stand between the world and darkness unsurpassed. Each elf upon the ramparts knew what price that night might claim. They loosed their shafts in ordered rain, each arrow true in aim. Bright blades fell true in measured strokes, no panic in their cry, for every heart upon those walls had sworn that it would die. King Harnan led them from the front, a monarch fierce in war and peace, beloved in battle while his tempered mercy torn at his right hand. Queen Saedra moved, her silver armor bright, together known as the dancers. They turned the tide of night, they fought as one in perfect step, no movement out of place. A deadly waltz on blood-wet stone, a storm in measured grace. Near them stood brave Kavum from Snow Shadow. She came, her homeland burned beneath the dead, yet still she held her flame. Half her company fell, breaking through the siege upon her land. They carved a path through bone and blade to reach this final stand. They left their northern kingdom scarred, too weak to stand alone, yet marched to Danan's towering walls to guard the world as they have known. Upon the western battlements the human banners flew. Princess Styrian held that line, with half the fortress guard. His lands had burned for many months, his villages laid bare. He gathered all who bore a blade and led led them to this war. He took their grain, he took their steel, he stripped each town of might. For if the gate should fall, he swore no kingdom sees the light. Cold were the orders that he gave, yet steady was his hand. Loose every shaft, spend every life, we guard the final stand. And so the humans held the west as stones and bodies fell, knowing if that arch were breached, the world would turn to hell. The ladders rose, the towers burned, the dead climbed ever high, but still the walls of Danaan stood beneath the empty sky. For this was only night, the first of five, that must be won. No star had shone, no moon had risen, no promise yet of sun. Yet crown and captain, prince and blade refused to yield the gate. For 5 dark days must pass in full to seal the demon's fate. So through the first of starless nights, the living made their stand. 5 nights must guard the fragile world from Gardrim's shadowed hand. And still the wall stood tall and dark, the gate unbroken ground.
When the north lay black beneath the dragon's wing, the greatest blades of the borderlands came riding. Knights with silver helm, rangers from the pines, mages crowned in stormlight, priests with holy signs.
They met him where the dead hills broke, above the fields of bone and smoke. His shadow swallowed shield and spear, his laughter cracked the mountain's ear.
The captain's horn split through the flame, the archers loosed with steady aim. The wizards bound the burning sky, and heroes swore the beast would die. 3 times he rose on shattered wings, still he roared through smoke and flame, till one last blade beneath his scale turned all his thunder into wail.
But as he fell, his hatred spoke in sulfur breath, and coils of smoke led root and river, field and stone like cold, until the stars are gone. Raise the cup and strike the string, let the broken rafters ring, while the dark waits at the door, we will sing a little more. Turn the night and wake the tune, lift your voices to the moon, where the road grows thin and grim,
Then through the waste, so far and clear, came fiddle's song upon her ear.
She turned her cloak against the cold and followed music bright and bold, till lanterns bloomed beyond the fen above the doors of a crowded inn.
Drink for the dawn that has not come, dance for the fields that still lie numb, laugh till the old curse loses breath, sing loud enough to trouble death.
Clap for the roof above our heads, toast to the road that hope still treads. If sorrow knocks, then bar the door and make the rafters roar once more.
Sarah stood with questions pressed beneath the badge upon her breast.
She asked the keeper calmly how such a place could stand unseen.
10 miles from roof, from road, from mill, within a land the curse held still.
He smiled and poured her ale with care, as though he'd waited for her there.
All things are clearer with the sun, but tonight the merry work is done. The dragon mark this date in flame, we answer fire with song the same.
So Sarah drank and eased her hand and let the music warm the land. The faces laughed, the fiddles spun, she felt no harm from anyone.
Raise the cup and strike the string, let the broken rafters ring. While the dark waits at the door, we will sing a little more. Turn the night and wake the tune, lift your voices to the moon. Where the road grows thin and grim, there stands the Dragonfire Inn.
She climbed the stair on weary feet, with tavern thunder warm and sweet. A final chorus through the floor, a keeper's voice beside the door.
Sleep well, ranger brave and bright, you found us on our chosen night.
And should your path return again, we'll save a song for you till then. She woke in mist at break of day, with frost where firelight used to lay. The bed was ash, the walls within, the sky stared through the ruined inn.
Around the hearth in silent rows lay bones and shapes of old repose.
And on each skull, through dust and gloom, a trace of mirth still warmed the room.
Raise the cup and strike the string, let the broken rafters ring. While the dark waits at the door, we will sing a little more. Turn the night and wake the tune, lift your voices to the moon. Where the road grows thin and grim, there stands the Dragonfire Inn.
For in that cursed and ashen plain, some stubborn joy had still remained. And when the year turns around again,
She'll seek the Dragonfire Inn.
For in that cursed and ashen plain, some stubborn joy had still remained. And when the year turns round again, she'll seek the Dragonfire